You know that picture you've got over the fireplace, over the couch, maybe over the headboard in your bedroom? It's got a frame, right? Got a frame around it. Now don't look at that one over there. It doesn't have a frame. That's not a good example. But one of those pictures you've got hanging at home has a frame. Well, it's exactly the same when you do your video. You are in a frame, right? The outside edges of your video. This is something you have to remember and be mindful of if you want to create a video that's going to be engaging to people, because we're visual creatures, right? Video is a visual medium. So it's not just what you say and how important the information is you're getting across, it's the environment in which you are delivering that message. So a couple of things. Number one, when you're thinking of that composition of how you are in the frame, number one is that the eye needs a place to rest, right? So if you can imagine, imagine this, you've got a frame, and in that picture frame is just a series of red polka dots, one after the other. You have framed, like say, a piece of material with just a series of red polka dots, and you stuck that over the couch. That would drive you insane, right? You couldn't sit and stare at a bunch of equal-sized red polka dots day after day after day. That's the principle we don't want to emulate when you're doing a video. So what you don't want to do is have sameness in the back, all kinds of visuals and a whole bunch of things going on that are either uniformly sized or just too much visual information. So when you look at what I'm sitting here in front of, you see this screen, right? Now there are cutouts in that screen, and you could go nuts staring into one of those if you wanted to. But essentially, this gives your eye a place to rest. It kind of reads in your mind's eye as just this kind of brown thing, right? Number two, what you want to do is create a sense of depth. So if you look over here, you can see some depth. You can see the plants, you can see the couch, you can see the picture that isn't in a frame. You can see all of that, and your eye can go back there if it wants to. It's not stuck with just this and me, right? So a sense of depth. And the last thing, of course, is you may notice I'm sitting kind of between the edge of this and that background right there. So I'm not right in the center of the image. What you don't want to do is imagine that this was the edge. You didn't see any of that, and we just had a frame like this, me in front of the screen, right smack dab in the middle. Boring. Or if I was even closer, right? That's very hard on a viewer to watch if the majority of your videos are you smack dab in the center of the frame. So number one, make sure that the eye has a place to rest, like this is giving you right here, kind of a flattish surface, right? Number two, give your videos a sense of depth so the eye has somewhere to go. Doesn't feel like you're, doing the mug shot where you're just up against the wall. Give them some depth. And number three, sit kind of 3/4 over if you can, so that everybody isn't looking at you smack dab in the center. Another really boring thing visually. Because with video, as I say, it's not just about what you say and how brilliantly you say it, it's about the way you frame it, right? The way you literally frame yourself in your video so that it's interesting and engaging for people to watch. Because if they like the environment you're in, they're going to pay more attention to your message.